Hello everybody, welcome back to the Food and Drink Chronicles, and today we're taking outdoor cooking to a whole nother level. We're using wood-fired chunks to make a calzone with an Ooni Karu 16. Anyways, let's do this. So everything that I have laid out here is what I'll be using to make the calzone with. I have a Roush pizza sauce. I have a basil, fresh basil. I have a pizza blend mozzarella cheese, or just a pizza blend of cheese. And I got this mozzarella right here as well that goes on top of the calzone. I got some pepperoni. I've got a whole milk ricotta. And I have the pizza dough. So we're gonna make this calzone right now. But before I make the calzone, I have to go in and I have to actually heat up the Ooni Karu. So heat it up, it's gonna take a little bit of time, approximately about 15 minutes to get that up and going. And right now it's really hot outside, so for sure, I will be breaking a sweat. The good news is that it's actually not too hot out here. It's a little bit hot, but I'm pretty sure once I get this thing going, it's definitely gonna warm up. So for the internal temperature, I want this thing to get up to about 800 degrees. So first things first, when you've been working with this oven for quite a while, you want to make sure that the inside is perfectly clean. Right now, it actually doesn't look too bad. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna clean it a little bit, and I'm gonna build up my fire and get this thing cooking. All right, so before we begin, make sure your Ooni Karu 16 is set up and ready to go. So we'll be using chunks for the authentic wood and fired taste. I will also be using some charcoal and some fire starters as I make this fire. Now it's a pretty quick process. It only takes about 15 minutes. All right, and light those fire starters. A couple things with this. You're gonna wanna make sure that this is in the position where the smoke is actually flowing out, okay? Same thing with the vents down here. Yeah, they gotta be in the open position. All right, now that this is started up pretty well, I'm gonna close my door and I'm gonna close this latch. And then we'll be back in 15 minutes to check on the heat and make sure that the temperature gets up to at least 800 degrees. Now the temperature on here is an ambient temperature gauge. It doesn't actually tell you what the heat is of the stone. So to actually check the heat, you need a heat gun. All right, so the Ooni Karu has to be at 600 degrees and not at 800 for a calzone. Now, I may up the temperature later just to make a pizza with it, but I'll be checking it with this right here. All right, so the Ooni oven is at 526 degrees Fahrenheit, but I need to check the stone. 462 degrees, so I think I can start actually working with my dough right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's make the calzone. All right, let's get into making this calzone. So I'm gonna take off all of my technology and wash my hands and get ready with this prep. All right, so first things first, whenever we make the calzone, we have to take our ricotta cheese and we gotta mix salt and pepper in it. I'm only gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper at a time just to see what it looks like. I don't want to do too much. All right, now we're gonna cut the cheese. So they really do tie these things up. I mean, look at that. That is a lot of wasted saran wrap. All right, so we're cutting our mozzarella. This is definitely our favorite ingredients to put into this. You have to have your mozzarella when you're making a calzone. So that's what we got. So I'm ready. I think we can start unrolling this dough. We're gonna coat it with some semolina flour on top and bottom. And just kind of, you know, fluff it out a little bit, make it look nice and make it look pretty. You're making a calzone. There are some bubbles, so make sure you get those bubbles out of there too. Now keep in mind that you wanna make sure that the center of the calzone is not too thin. I mean, you're not making thin crust here. You're making a calzone. All right, so to make this calzone, we're gonna throw in the ricotta cheese. We're gonna put the pepperoni on top. Then we're gonna close it up and we're gonna put some sauce on top, some of this fresh mozzarella, and some basil too. So we're gonna do that right now. pretty good. All right, we are now walking our calzone. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna let it set for a couple minutes and then we're gonna turn our calzone. That's cooking really well so far. That's a perfect looking calzone right there. All right, as a quick bonus, we're gonna make a regular pizza, pepperoni pizza. All right, so now I gotta rotate. Carefully.
I think you're turning it.
I know I'm having a hard time for once. And that is it. Calzone and a pizza. All right guys, so I got a piece of the calzone. I got a pizza down here. But first thing I want to try out this calzone just to see what it tastes like. Soft and crunchy. I can taste that ricotta. It's really, really good. This is amazing. Golly, this is very, very good. Yeah, the ricotta with the salt and the pepper. Very flavorful. This is actually extremely good. So I like making calzones at home because they just turn out so darn good. I like making calzones from home because I just really enjoy calzones. I think what I enjoy about them the most is the ricotta. The ricotta is amazing. But whenever I actually make them, I actually do like using like ground up Italian sausage. But pepperoni is not too bad. I did wish I had the Italian sausage in it, but still, this is really good. All right guys, I'm gonna cut into this pizza and see what it tastes like as well. Now I like using scissors. Some people like using like a fancy knife of some sort, but this is what I like using. Yeah, Sir Patrick over here is trying to eat my calzone. I can't blame him though. The calzone is amazing, but the dog cannot eat the calzone. All right guys, pizza time. Look at that dough. That is cooked very, very well. Golly. And this is why I like using the Ooni Karu. It gives it just a really good flavor. Maybe like a Neapolitan style or whatever you want to call it, but if anything, it just makes great pizza. I mean, like you can make it in the oven, you can order pizza, but I think this is the best. So if you're at home with family, you want to make some really good pizzas, get yourself the Ooni Karu and have at it. Now, if you guys want to see some more videos where we make different kinds of pizzas, leave me a comment down below because there's other ones that we can make. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one. Food and Drink Chronicles out.